All right, Shalom, Shalom. Hey, we would like to start off by giving our honor and glory to
Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash.
We also want to give double honors for our elder apostles and elder bishops and great wisdom well, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the household of the elect. All right, we are the GMS Mississippi Camp. Today we are in our enclosure through the Spirit. We were anticipating some pretty bad weather, so through the Spirit, most of our hands is under the roof, man. All right, but today we got various topics. We got current events, and one of the main things that's being talked about is America when it comes to Venezuela, or Trump when it comes to Venezuela, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we all know that usually when America, which is the hammer of the earth, has a conflict with a foreign nation, all right, it usually goes back to what? Resources. Mm-hmm. So we're going to get into some of the resources from a biblical context of why America's thriving in places like Venezuela. All right, and we can start with Deuteronomy. All right,
it's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 33, verse 24. And of Asher, he said.
It said, and of Asher. Now, why do we go into Asher? Because who's Venezuela according to the Bible?
Asher.
He's of the tribe of Asher. And a lot of times when we say Asher, the first thing that comes to mind is who? Brazil. All right, but Asher is more than Brazil. What's that, Colombia to Uruguay? So from Colombia to Uruguay, it's Asher, man. All right, and all right, go ahead.
Back in the scripture. Let Asher be blessed with children. Let him be acceptable to his brethren. And let him dip his foot in oil.
Let him dip his foot in oil. Okay? So what is Trump doing going down to the Target, man? Oil. You ever Dave Chappelle? Oh, you know what I mean? All right, so Asher, one of their gifts is oil. Now, did the brother have an article on the oil reserve in Brazil? All right? Because you got to understand, when the Most High sent the 9 tribes to the Americas, he sent them to a very rich dwelling. And oftentimes, the picture that Esau paints of a certain country is not consistent with the reality of that country. So when you think of Brazil, we were just talking about, you think of a third world country. Brazil is rich, and it's a very large manufacturer. I think a lot of cows are being raised in Brazil. Brazil has a lot, man.
Probably coffee.
Oh, the coffee bean. But going back to more vast, Asher, all right, has that coffee bean. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead.
This is from bnamericas.com. It says, after record high, Brazil's iron ore exports expected to remain strong in 2026.
And what does Brazil mean in the Hebrew? So, yeah, it goes back to barazal, which means what? Iron. Iron. Now, we're not specifically talking about Brazil, but more vastly, we're talking about Asher. But it's all connected. All right? So Asher is known for those resources. All right, go ahead. Was it worded that?
Yeah, it just said, this article came out January the 8th, 2026. It said Brazil's iron ore exports reach a record high in 2025, a scenario that tends to remain robust throughout 2026. Brazil exported 416.4 million tons of iron ore in 2025, compared to 388.7 million tons in 2024. According to federal government data, this is the largest export volume of the product ever recorded by the country.
Yeah, man. So Asher has that volume when it comes to resources. All right, Priest Lamar, was there more to that? Start back from the top of Bakashana.
Other than going to the blue letter, but
oh yeah.
Back in Deuteronomy chapter. Yes, bro.
No, I got the Venezuela oil reserves and that.
Okay, so after you get that, we'll get going to the reserves.
Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 24. And of Asher, he said, let Asher be blessed with children, and let him be acceptable to his brethren, and let him dip his foot in oil.
Let him dip his foot in oil. That's straight out the scriptures, man. Let him dip his foot in oil, man. Because what is Asher? All right, Venezuela, Brazil. What is that? What are they known for? Those oil reserves. All right, to be able to dip your foot in oil means that you have a lot of it.
Right.
Okay.
And I would say that's when you go to the oil, the blue letter, it goes into Shannon.
Shut up, man. It's a mind. Because when we annoy each other, we'll say, hey, that's how you get that Shaman?
And it goes into fatness. And then when you define fatness, fatness goes into a state or quality of having a large amount of.
Yeah, because even oil itself is a form of fat. Like an olive oil is a fat. Now, you know what I mean? Oils we use is fat. And a lot of it is healthy for the skin, you know? Yeah, that's what I with that.
And straight foot says, let me make sure, I think it says of God. Done. It says, it's of God when it goes into foot. Just know that.
Come on, bro. All right, go ahead, bro.
So real quick, this is from ChatGPT. It says, here's a clear comparison of Venezuela's oil reserve with the rest of the world. Global oil reserves and Venezuela's position. Venezuela holds the largest proven oil reserve in the world, about 303 billion barrels of crude. This represents roughly 17 to 19% of all proven global oil reserves. Comparison with other major countries. So you go into the list, the top three countries is Venezuela at the top with 303. Saudi Arabia is number two with 267. And Iran is number three with 208. So when you go into it, it says, so Venezuela's oil reserve surpasses Saudi Arabia's by several dozen billion barrels and are many times larger than the United States proven reserve. Total proven oil reserves worldwide are roughly 1.6 to 1.7 trillion barrels. Venezuela's 3.3 billion barrels thus makes up about a fifth of the global total, a very large share for a single nation.
Yep. So, hey, may his foot be dipped in oil. Talking about Asher. Hey, peace of now, we hold us.
I just grabbed some on ChatGPT as well because we always talk about how when America invaded these countries, I always look at what resource they have. So I had to corner it, and I said, has America invaded any country that doesn't have any resources of any kind whatsoever, regardless of the stated reason? Because they'll try to say it's for whatever they're doing over there, try to clone it. It says no. It says here's a plain and literal truth, regardless of reason. The United States has never invaded a country that doesn't have any resources. It's not a dodge, it's just logical reality and not a political.
Because Esau is a hammer of the earth, and it tells you Esau will have the fatness of the earth. And as we were talking about earlier, Esau accessed that fatness through European colonization. Because European colonization was basically a pretext to extract the fatness from what? The western coast of Africa, the Americas, North, Central, South America. It was really a global extraction process, including slaves, including people. All right? Human labor. He extracted human labor and sent human labor from the western coast of Africa to the Americas, man.
I quit precept.
You got it, bro.
St. John 10 and 10, it said, the thief cometh not, but for to steal and kill and destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they may have it more abundantly.
And then what is the Most High called Esau? What's that? Zechariah or is that?
House of the thief.
Come on, man. Hey, our spirit, hey, man. Hey, the house of the thief, man. Hey, and we're coming into the time of the judgment of the thief, man. That's why we got to hold tight, man. All right,
Can I read that precept for you?
Yep.
I got that word fatness in the blue letter. I just want to read. This is Genesis 27 and 39, going back into when Isaac was blessed with how Shai was blessing Esau. It says, and Genesis 27:39 says that Isaac his father answered and said to him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and the dew of the heaven from above. And the word fatness in the blue letter, it goes into, it's actually shaman, and it says fatness, oil, or olive oil.
Fatness goes into your resources. Read the other part again.
It says fatness, fat piece.
What else of the description? Was you through making your point?
Nick, I got you.
Okay.
Genesis 27:39. It says, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
Joel 9:24.
The earth is giving it.
The earth is given.
Yeah.
So the reason why this man can walk into your trap and take over your trap, or take over these different countries, is because of the blessing. He's not that prolific, but because Yahweh Shem Shai has empowered him to do so, that's the reason why. All right.
In the NLT, it says you will live away from the richness of the earth.
Right. And when you think about dew goes into abundance. Like in the country back in the day, when you woke up in the morning, I know you see it now, is dew all over the grass. That's going into abundance. Keep going. You gonna say something, bro?
No, that's perfect.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
You can read.
Yeah, yeah.
It says, and the dew from the heaven from above, and by the sword thou shalt live, and thou shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion.
Hey, now he said there's a point. Can I link him up? This is Jeremiah 50:23. Hot is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken.
Going back to June 2025, when we had America, when the United States Navy and the Air Force, they attacked those 3 Iranian nuclear facilities. Guess what the operation was called? Operation Midnight Hammer.
They know, man.
So that shows you right there, at least over the scriptures.
Right. And hammer goes into an Hebrew
Devastating.
devastator, right? And this is what this man do to these countries based on his military might. You know, he devastates your entire country.
Yep.
Here's a point. I got one more point too.
Yeah, he'll paint like that leader who's not with this NWO as the boogeyman. You have everybody, you know what I'm saying, go along with this this propaganda. Next thing you know, he put up his person.
Yeah.
It's gonna be boarding in this NWO.
And when you go into that term hammer, it also symbolizes to creation, to craft. So what Esau does with that hammer, he also shapes these other countries into his image. He installs a puppet government. It goes into strength and force, transformation, meaning what changed through pressure, because he'll take out their system and use that hammer to employ his system. Right? Goes into that's pretty much it. Creation, strength and force, and transformation.
I got something real quick to bag you up. So you got this thing in American politics. It's called gunboat diplomacy. It said gunboat diplomacy is a strategy in international relations where a powerful country uses the threat or display of military force, especially naval power, to pressure a weak country into complying with its demands without formally declaring war.
That's a devastator.
Because Trump didn't declare war. He didn't go through Congress to do what he did in Venezuela. It's called what you see America doing is called gunboat diplomacy. When they park them aircraft carriers on your coast, then they send the senator down there. What you gonna do? You know, because it said the gunboat symbolizes visible force, usually warships positioned near a country's coast to intimidate its government. Naval power is leverage, warships, which they're blockading Venezuela oil now. Military presence, coercion without full-scale war, used to influence political, economic, or diplomatic decisions, typically used by stronger states against weaker ones.
Yeah. And where Jake learned that intimidation tactic from? He learned it
Esau.
from Esau.
Yeah.
Like when Jake be driving down the street, creeping real slow, like you have to drive by your mama house, nigga. It's Esau Edom. You know? That's a real thug. Like Esau Edom is the real thug.
Debo.
Esau outside.
He really is outside.
Esau outside.
This Isaiah 14, verse 5, within the NLT. For the Lord has crushed your wicked power and broken your evil rule. You struck the people with endless blows of rage and held the nations in your angry grip with unrelenting tyranny. That made me think about in the 60s, the Cuban blockade. Well, Esau, which is like a U.S. embargo, but he would restrict you like commercially, financially, and economically.
Because Cuba's manufacturing is stuck in the 50s. The car manufacturing, you know?
So he can economically strangle a nation. They don't abide by this left-handed NWO.
Those fucking people according to the Bible.
That's
Some towers.
Yeah, man.
Made to forget, huh?
Yeah. So these are Israelite tribes being bullied, man.
Yeah.
These are Israelite tribes. We always going to the so-called black man. And like a lot of things you see on TikTok, the so-called black man and his oppression, systemic oppression. Now the 12 tribes are systemically oppressed.
You have your so-called own country, but you can't even reap the benefits for having your so-called own country.
Because can the brother hold that scripture? He'll oppress a man in his own house.
Can I back up the point real quick?
Go ahead, bro.
Going to that, I do want to real quick. Like, did the U.S. meet and talk with Venezuela while having ships parked at the coast before invading?
That's some bullying tactics.
It
man.
says.
So you got a meeting. You'll go ahead and read. You got
It says, yes, the U.S. did have discussions with Venezuela's president while escalating military pressure and positioning ships offshore. While President Trump even having a phone call with the Venezuelan president to discuss his potential exit, but negotiations failed as the president saw amnesty and control leading to continued U.S. military actions, culminating into his capture in early January 2026.
Yeah, because this nigga is a mobster, man. Like on the movie. You supposed to have, you on the phone call with Trump. That nigga tell you look outside. And it's the USS Roosevelt out there, motherfucker. You know, now let's negotiate.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, this nigga is a goddamn mobster, man.
So
Yeah.
It says while naval forces gathered, U.S. officials also tried to find peaceful resolutions with the Venezuelan president's departure, but these efforts failed. So the U.S. proceeded
bullshit,
with the
man.
targeted
Yeah.
strikes
Nothing
before
peaceful
the final
on these sides.
operation.
Yeah.
that's propaganda right there,
Yeah.
man.
If I got a gun to your head, this ain't no peaceful.
Yeah, yeah.
The
The meeting went well.
strong arm. Yeah. Don't Jake get 70 years of strong arm, right? You know?
Okay, now I know brother had a line of precepts too. We got it, bro.
This the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 5. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, and he keep it at home.
Yeah, and he transgressed through his philosophies,
Mhm.
through his Western thoughts. They say he's a proud man. That was a proud move.
Yeah.
And he like I said, he outside.
Yeah.
He in other people's territory.
Mhm.
All right, threatening this stuff, man.
And that's what he do. He'll send in a rep and try to get you to sip out that wine bottle, but if you don't do, he finna hit you with that hammer.
Hey, that's why we know Tyrone, 2/3, they're baby Edomites. Going back to how Esau got America, the Wild Wild West in America, that birthed the 2/3 mindset, man. You watch movies like Malcolm X, this before street culture. Denzel's Malcolm X, man, he was what they call Little Red. He was being like a baby Edomite. Yeah, that was thugging before street culture, man. Because the gamblers, the gangsters, yeah. But where did that structure come from? Esau, the Wild West, you know?
Hey, Jake, he's a domestic problem, the 2/3 Jake, but Esau as a whole, a collective,
Foreign.
this nigga's a global problem. Man.
But when you think about it, and then even going to the three classifications of men, you have the son of men, the son of the Most High, and the sons of the wicked. So can't no other nation get more wicked than Esau, man?
Nah, more dark than this nigga.
We always say Ham, but Ham don't got shit on Esau.
Because hell go to the country, man, and rape your kids in front of you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say hell. I didn't mean to say the R word. Esau go to another country and rape their kids in front of them. You see? What he was doing with Ishmael, U.S. military, raping the kids in front of them women, man. Yeah, Esau a dog.
And the serpent in the garden, his spirit was him. Esau, man.
That was Edomite spirit, man. Hell just nasty.
He was more wiser in wickedness than any other beast of the field.
And that's another trait about Esau. Man, he thinking 20 steps ahead.
Yeah.
Ham got that shit from the serpent.
Yeah.
Esau just went and got his shit back.
Yeah.
At the Greeks.
Yeah.
He went to Egypt.
Yeah.
He was just getting his shit back from him.
Esau already knew the dark magic.
Yeah.
He already knew the crap.
Been back from the serpent. Ham just picked up on it after the flood, but when Esau got back on his feet,
Yeah.
he went and got his shit back.
The world powers, every time you study the Middle Ages and the rise of the Knights Templar and the Masons, it's really like going back to, okay, who got the dark secrets now?
Yep.
Whoever came back with the ancient dark secrets, that's going to be the next world power.
Yep.
The ancient geometry, ancient all that, man. The, what do you call it? Not metaphysics, but
Mysticism.
mysticism is another, yeah, for sure. Sciences. That's another word too I can't think of, but hey, you got whoever had the precepts.
That's some more on it.
Okay.
Neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell.
Wait a minute. It said the scripture said a song. The wicked spreading himself like the green bay tree. You see? Esau out here thugging, extracting resources since European colonization, since what, the 1400s. This 700 years of extraction. That's why you got this endangered species and endangered species. Because every species that's endangered, Esau used it for a resource, used it for a product. You know?
I got some more in there when we get to the preaching.
Okay, good.
And it is as death and cannot be satisfied, but gathered unto
Think
him.
about how many people die per second every day, per minute. Death cannot be satisfied. Esau has the entire whole world in his hand, but he still wants more. He wants everybody enslaved with that more. You know?
And look at the aftermath of people who shot the Jake.
Yeah, man. On
Still
death row.
dying 5 years
Yeah.
later.
Blood clots and everything.
Well, they said the insurance rate last year went up extra 400-some thousand, but nobody know why.
And
Personally.
everybody got the immune, you know, that 3-letter word.
Yeah.
You know, everybody got it now.
Got that easy E, man.
Yeah.
105 to 120.
What's that?
105 to 120 people die every minute globally, transitioning to 150 to 170,000 daily.
So this man is like death.
And that's another thing too. Let's say it wasn't to another topic. You don't have to control the world's population. Because the Most High already got circle of life. People are gonna die.
But you know what I think about Genesis, the 4th chapter? Now the Most High told Cain, if you don't do such and such, sin lies at your door. But you're supposed to control it. And look at him, man.
But man, yeah, real quick, hey, I was walking through a store real quick. Earlier, I smelled this Edomite like 3 hours over, you know? And shit, he smelled like death. You hear me? Literally, when I saw him, shit, he had like dry blood at his ankles. Like so many sores, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, this man is like death, like bagging you up. But I mean, if I may add,
Yeah.
I got something in the chat. It says Esau is allowed, like you say, he can't. He got the earth, but he want more. He never satisfied. So I did a lesson a few days ago, like going into basically how Esau is allowed. So it says Esau. This in the chat, by the way. It says Esau is allowed, but only for a season. It says, according to the scriptures, he is permitted to rule this present world, yet authority is temporary and controlled by the Most High. He's allowed, not chosen. It says,
Wait a minute, it said he's allowed but not
he's
chosen.
allowed, but not chosen.
Blessing, it's precious.
Sheesh.
Goes back to that blessing. You gonna have your little time with me,
But you ain't chosen.
but you ain't the chosen still.
And then he got that Job 9:24, how it's given into his hand. And then he got that Luke 4:5, how Satan, you know, how he was tempted, how was shot, like he gonna give him,
Yeah.
these kingdoms.
Yeah.
But it's saying how this is how Esau operates. You know, so it says Satan offered the kingdom of the world because they were delivered unto him. That's the system. That's the system. That system operates through Esau. Right? So yeah, again, like the line of Esau up with Satan.
Yeah. And that goes to show you that all these empires, they had to worship Satan. Because he told Yahushua, look, all these kingdoms I give to you. So Yahushua saw America last.
Bro, they showed some of our favorite movies we always talk about. The movie 300. Leonidas climbed to that mountain and he had to consult those warlocks. You know, they was basically tapped in with Satan. Then you watch the movie, that was still 300. Osiris, he was in that room with Baphomet, was it? Yeah, so every king basically,
Xerxes.
Xerxes. So like I stand corrected. Every king was tapped in with Satan.
Yeah.
All kingdoms, they had a high priest.
Yeah, you seen Baphomet loud and clear in that motherfucker.
Yeah, they straight up showed it, bro.
Yeah. Because they was doing them orgies and that
Yeah.
motherfucking everything.
Showing you those are all rituals going back to witchcraft, man.
And that's what Puffy and them was doing, man.
Don't Esau do the same shit today? When he went to visit all the countries, hey, you can come here with me, or he'll annihilate their ass.
That's right.
Just back up, preach them, you got this Habakkuk 2:5 in the GMT. It said, "Wealth is deceitful, greedy people are proud and restless." And linking over Proverbs 4 chapter, said how he cannot do anything unless he sleep. You know, you gotta do some type of wickedness before you go to sleep. You know, roughly
And
paraphrase.
Jake simple, man. You get Jake a 6-pack. you know what I'm saying? Some candy bars and a PlayStation game. Hey, Jay cool as
As
fuck.
long as you got him a Keisha right.
Keisha and Bullet.
Yeah. And a 4 tank of gas, huh?
Because that Esau used Jacob's simplicity to control him. He said Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. Hey, you know how Kendrick Lamar was like, "Bitch, don't kill my vibe." He's like, "I got my drink, I got my music." So that's Jake.
Yeah, that's it.
As long as he got his liquor, his food, his music, some box. But Esau used that simple nature Jake has and overthrow his country. You know? And that word plain also goes back to peaceful. So the 12 tribes don't have that military spirit that could combat Esau, man. They warriors, but as a country, they don't have they can't trump that blessing.
Yeah.
So it's
And then also the point of the back up, it goes into like which is righteousness.
Yeah,
Because Jake was keeping the law.
he was.
You know what I'm saying? To the best of his ability.
Well, and another thing too, Jake was in harmony with the land too. You know, these tribes, man, they was in harmony with these rich lands. Esau being that devastator, and you know when you devastate something, the aftermath be like deadly. You know, like the aftermath of a war. So every time Esau leaves that country, it's devastated.
What's the point? Just get a block of ice and hit that motherfucker with a hammer.
Shattered everywhere.
It's shattered.
Yep.
Lines and pieces and
Yeah.
chips are going everywhere.
And you don't talk about the dead that came from that so-called capture. They don't even talk about it.
To the Venezuelan camp.
You know, but he's as death, but he doesn't highlight his wickedness.
And well, like Priest Henry Yah said, he smelled the scent of an Edomite 3 hours over, man. So the aftermath of Esau is always dead corpse.
Yep.
Said they was bumping Chief Keef as they was going towards your boy's crib.
Yeah,
Love Sosa.
Can I read the precinct for you, Corn?
Yeah.
Everybody had that?
I get through this, bro.
Yeah, go ahead. Come on.
This is back in Habakkuk 2 and 5 in the GMT. It says, "Wealth is deceitful, greedy people are proud and restless, like death itself, they are never satisfied."
What's that at Michael? How they never had a rest?
Yeah,
Because they covet fields? What does it mean when it says they covet fields, man? See, Esau has always had a ruling class mentality. With all those series you used to watch, what did the king desire? Land. Yeah, we want gold, silver, land, cattle. Can you get that real quick?
Match them up. That's the Micah 2 and 2. Salak. And they covet fields, and take them by violence,
Yeah.
and houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
Motherfucker, if you stay in your own country and you don't have the access to the resources in your own country, you are oppressed.
When heritage goes into your land.
Come on. You don't have, that's why it's your land. You supposed to have that. When the Most High set up the 12 tribes, he set it up to where you have access to the resources in their land. So if you're Asherite in a land of Venezuela, your progeny is supposed to have access to the resources. But if another nation, such as Edomites, can set up their oil reserves and extract your resources and make you slaves in your land, you are a slave. That's from the North, Central, South America, man.
say right here. And that's why they conquer nation after nation for themselves. The conquered people would taunt their conquerors and show their scorn for them. They will say, "You take what isn't yours, but you are doomed. How long will you go on getting rich by forcing your debtors to pay up? But before you know it, you that have conquered others will be in debt yourselves and be forced to pay interest. Enemies will come and make you trouble and will plunder you. You have plundered the people of many nations, but now those who have survived will plunder you because of the murders you have committed and because of your violence against
Ultimately, that's talking about the EU turning on America as well as Russia and China shooting missiles over there. You know what I'm saying? And then your house shots coming back and with it.
You know, they talking about going like today. Little basically, he want Green, right?
Yeah.
Basically he gonna take Green. No matter how he gonna do it, he gonna. That's when talking about then. They don't come my friends go. And basically said he gonna take it.
Did more shit. Joe did more
Yeah,
shit.
know what I'm saying. So he really don't give a fuck how he get it, when he get it. He want what he want. Everybody got 3 steps.
Yeah, I got some questions for you Americans though, because Trump said too yesterday that he's willing to give all residents of Greenland some money, and that could be anywhere from 500 million to like $1 billion some dollars. But meanwhile, you get taxed and more tax and more tax. But wait a minute, that money that he's giving to those residents could be your money. You should be having sedition out here in these streets if you had any form of spiritual awareness. I'm not pushing that, but this shit is just common sense, man.
Patriots.
Yeah, for you fucking patriots, man. And that's what this dude said about China. The difference between y'all rulers and our rulers, they took the money and they built up China. But look what they did to you all in America.
Because America is not built up. Hey, get your order up.
Like to say real quick, just to add on what brother saying about this man, this devil not being satisfied, man. Okay, he done blew up these boats supposedly transporting drugs to Venezuela. He done so-called kidnapped the president and the wife. But before he even finished closing the cap on that package, he's talking about he's finna go bomb Rush Green. So he can't even be satisfied enough to finish one deed, man. He's already going to the next chaotic, takeover.
Not to keep it at home.
Yeah, not to keep it at home, man.
Back to Habakkuk 2 and 8, it says in the GNT, it said, "You have plundered the people with many nations, but now those who have survived will plunder you because of the murders you have committed and because of your violence against the people of the world in its cities. You are doomed. You have made your family rich with what you took by violence."
The elites, the banking families, those 13 banking families, man, were made rich by what their families took by violence, man, or what they took by violence.
James,
And you watch the last movie, Kingsman, The King's Man, the third one, it was showing you how that wealth went back to basically robbers, thieves. Those rich families out there in Europe and all that, they extracting resources from Africa. That's how you had rich European families, man, rich Edomite families, man. All right.
So it said, "You have made your family rich with what you took by violence and have tried to make your own home safe from harm and danger, but your schemes have brought shame on your family." And you saying that shame and spirit, man, carry out right now. Every time you perform a false flag, you see people already on the internet exposing it. Right there and right there.
And then names like Rothschild are nefarious names now. Those families that have got rich through the process of European colonization, they're now nefarious names. They're infamous names.
Out to the open now.
It's exposed. Now everybody's saying those people who call themselves the chosen are not the chosen. Everybody's tracing this shit back to them, man.
1%.
Yeah.
Because these lands in America, they took by violence. The Native Americans, what you got, the Trail of Tears, you know what I'm saying? And they put them in these reservations. All these lands were taken by violence, man. It wasn't just a agreement. And then, they found out how much resources that the Native Americans had on their land. So now they started taking over their identity, acting like they had Native American blood on them so they could receive those benefits, man.
And then the president of Venezuela called them out too, saying that they wasn't the real people out there in Israel, and that his leanings went back to the chosen people of Israel.
Oh yeah.
I had two I wanted to make a point because you was talking about Jacob being the plain man in tents, and then the quote was talking about how Esau is not the chosen, and then y'all was saying how Esau is he's what do you say he's given an opportunity but he's not chosen. The first in Genesis 25 and 27, where it says that the boys grew, Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents.
Don't you understand this extraction process is part of his hunting spirit? It says he's a cunning hunter. Even use propaganda to make the Venezuelans look like the bad people or whatever. It's all part of a hunting process, man. This trapping minds, he's a trapper.
Since you said that, and also for cunning, it goes into capturing of souls.
Come on, man.
So he uses his philosophies to convert you into Satanism. You don't even know.
So basically, Satanism, or what he would call Westernization, is a hunting mechanism. It's to ensnare you.
He called him.
House of Esau is the trap house, like you were saying.
So if you're Westernized, you're conquered.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
I want to add, because most of South America are Roman Catholic.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So Esau know he know his left hand shit. And he know the tribe's powerless when they're on the left hand. And that's why he's able to just have his way. Because it's really like a slave master just going through his house.
Yeah.
He's just going through the Western hemisphere to they come smack your ass.
get their resources.
Yeah.
He turned them to Candyland.
Like taking candy from a baby.
Yeah, what's it? Psalm 10 his mouth is full of cursing, fraud, and deceit. While his tongue is a left-handed medium.
Yeah.
But the thing about Esau, who could stop Esau?
Only Yahweh Shah.
Only
Yahweh Shah.
Now you understand the power and the importance of UAP, so-called UAP, so-called UFOs. When you see chariots come down to the earth, that's actually a power move in itself because it's shaking the morale of our Idumean empire. You showing the empire, look, you could get checked. Somebody, just how your ships are coming to another country and showcasing that power, the spaceships, so-called spaceships, are coming to your kingdom and showing you like, hey man, hey, your time almost up.
What's keeping him off us?
Yeah, come on, man.
What's keeping him off? He ain't got no military. Because if he invade nations with military, what's keeping him off us?
You mean he can't kick it out though?
Yeah.
Because why do you have agencies watching the Israelites? Why do you have agents watching the prophets? Because we're being followed. We got agents watching us. We got tablets and shit. You'll be coming from the store. It's probably an agent in the car watch you, man. But if we're not important and we're just guys out here with rags on, why are we being watched? But it's a delicate watch. It's a careful watch.
Yeah, they know they're being checked.
Yeah.
I can get the bottom line real quick.
Let's go.
It said bottom line. It says Esau is allowed to rule, to oppress, to build, but not continue. His allowance is prophecy. His fall is guaranteed. Jacob rises next.
Hey, bro. Hey, you might as well bring a bottle out, bro. Jacob rises. We might as well pop a bottle. Bro, y'all understand what's about to happen? Y'all understand what's about to happen? Like, bro, it's here. That's why you think some of our hardest afflictions has been the last couple of years. Our hardest spiritual battle has been the past couple of years. Because Satan knows, look, if I don't overthrow these prophets, I ain't doing my job. The spiritual demon say no. I only got because what was the bet with Job? I could turn Job out. I could make Job turn against you. Yeah, so the spiritual demon, Satan's job is to make us lose our integrity. That's why we've been catching so much hell in the spirit the last couple of years. To say no, shit. Bro,
It's the home stretch.
It's the home stretch.
It's the hardest too.
It's the hardest. If I don't overthrow them, shit, I don't get my kills. Because Satan is a cunning hunter.
Yeah.
So since I gotta overthrow the elect.
I get that word plain for you.
Let's go.
It said, I had your point too. When you look up that word plain, dwelling in tents, it says
Storm, man.
Storm. It says it says sound, wholesome, completely morally innocent, having integrity, one who is
Two manner of people are in your womb. One was gonna be spiritual and one was gonna be carnal.
Watch this, of course. It says one who is morally or ethically pure. When you drop down to the Greek lexicon, it says wholesome, upright, always moral, a peculiar use, going back to the Most High's peculiar treasure. It says opposite to the character of Esau.
There you go.
Damn.
There you go.
Because it was supposed to be a contrast. When the scriptures broke down Esau's character and Jacob's character, it was showing their duality, their contrast in their natures. So Esau was more warlike and Jacob was more peaceful. Esau was predestined to be wicked. Jacob was predestined to be righteous. So it was showing that contrast in their natures, in their character.
And you said that Jacob is next and Esau will surely fall. This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3, going back to how we are the complete opposite of Esau. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. And
That's
that
70 AD. The falling away happens around 70 AD.
Correct. It says, and that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So we the complete opposite of Esau, and we're wholesome men of integrity. Then who has to be the man of sin? It has to directly link to him and the nigga being revealed. Like you said, it's always showing up the false flags. You literally seeing this nigga like literally step to these countries on other people's shit.
His eyes is being exposed. His that great projection that he promoted to the world is being torn down. That great projection, now that little wicked man is behind that projection, he's been exposed, man. I'm gonna do it real quick too. This Job 14 and 5. Seeing his days are determined, The number of his months are with thee. Thou has appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. He has an expiration date on his rulership. He's allowed, but he's not chosen.
So his last battle started what? The Renaissance
Rebirth.
until now.
Which explains why he knows why he has such a short time. Similar to Revelation 12:12. Like, why does he know he has but a short time? What is he seeing on the left hand side?
And I'm gonna say this too. When they extract us, you know it's time.
Yeah.
So some of us gonna get extracted. They're gonna get us. But guess what? It's a reason why. As soon as World War III really goes down, Esau gonna make a move because he know like, oh shit, it's time. All the rulers knew because they always had magi's. They all knew, look, a king gonna rise from the east. So when that star's aligned with that star, somebody's gonna overthrow you. That's why they always sent the army to overthrow Hebrew babies, unalive Hebrew babies. So as soon as they extract the prophets, you know it's up, man. And that's why I said when the enemy shall come in like a flood. Yeah, how about you? Hey, brother's gonna have spiritual power, man.
Hey, I'm gonna say expect miracles.
Hey, expect me. Hey, man. Hey, bro. From now on out, it's time of celebration. Pop fucking bottles, man. If you drink, if you don't, pop some fucking pomegranate juice, man. All right, because it's over with. It's up, man. It's up. We ain't got nowhere to go but up, man. His kingdom is up. Yeah, this nigga slipping. How you? Come on, you know what I mean by I said he slipping. Like he ain't even like, you know how I said he's like a leopard over the city. The leopard not supposed to get seen watching us. We catching the leopard watching us.
False flags is totally tacky.
Yeah.
It's over, man. Knowledge has increased.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna say this, and then y'all be on the lookout too. Most important, that digital fucking system. When that motherfucker is unveiled, man, we going home, man.
Hey, come on, let's go, man.
I forgot to send it in the check the other day. We passed by the spot right now, and they got a sign that said no cash accepted. You know, if you go down, when you pass that federal building, that hotel that's on the left, like you're going back to a Clinton almost. You know, it's a hotel, and they got like a little bar that's attached to the hotel. It says no cash accepted. They got like 2 or 3 signs on the glass out there in big letters. You read it. Because this 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4, it says, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is
What's
worship.
that? It's the scriptures. Everything the Most High is for, this man is a counter. He's an op.
And that digital system is the ultimate rebellion against the Most High. And this man wants to replace the Most High with technology, man. That's why he's pushing this AI so much. He's trying to get this AI to learn, you know, so this AI can govern his new world. You know, he's saying, look, we don't need the rules of the Most High. AI gonna govern this new world. AI gonna upgrade you. You don't have to be obedient to the Most High. This is the biggest rebellion against the Most High the earth has ever seen. You know, and he thinks that he's gonna replace the Most High with technology, man. That's why if you take that C hip, that means that you're agreeing with this man or replacing the Most High. That's why the punishment gonna be so bad. So like you say, the digital system, he rolling it out now. He's putting cameras up now. You know, he's already like these cause we've been seeing it for years. Like in Wall, I was wondering like why they got this little gate right here in front of Walmart.
Right.
Because you're gonna have to hit that ID for that gate to open up. In order to shop, you're gonna have to be identified. In order to be on the internet, you're gonna have to be identified. You know?
I seen something on Black Balloon. It was a comment. Dude said that his father was in the military. He said that he was telling him about UFOs and things of that nature. But he said whenever you see something in Esau's movies, he's 2 generations ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
So the system is here. He just needs the perfect play to unveil it. Again, the system, the system is developed and everything. He just needs the perfect crisis to unveil it.
It shows you he like in that spirit of Nimrod, but even worse.
Yeah.
Nimrod, you know, the scripture goes so you keep himself to all nations. You try to build that Tower of Babel. Now it's gonna be like a digital Tower of Babel now. You know? He goes to himself all nations with that left-handed NWO, man.
And he catching hell. Like Esau trying to be the Most High, but they like a human trying to pull that off is so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really think like he's somewhere close, but he nowhere near. Cause he really don't have the resources to run his new world order. Cause how much power this shit take. Like a data center take a lot of power. It should be overheating, you know. That shit destroy the environment. And that's another reason he wouldn't have got that oil, because he needs some more power for these these data centers and shit. So this devil is catching hell trying to pull this shit off. You look at Trump. Go look at Trump his first term, and now look how he talk now. Trump low energy. He's slurring, damn near. Yeah, like this devil was, because it was he weary in his counsel. Esau not comfortably trying to set up this new world order. This nigga panicking trying to set this shit up. Like you say, he gotta throw this shit up for you have a job get back.
Hey,
You got it, bro.
bro. Job 20:22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits.
Yep.
Every hand of the wicked shall come on him.
Yeah, so he in straits. That's why he trying to go to war here. He trying to go to war there. I need to go get the oil here. I gotta stop Russia from doing this. I gotta check China. Now we got protests in Iran. This nigga's all over the place.
We go burn that GMS, I'll get some uranium.
Yeah, he's frantic.
Yeah.
What's that scripture in Sirach tell you not to be a frantic over your house like a lion?
Be not frantic among our servants.
Yeah, that's what he's frantic.
They put pressure on him.
Yeah. Get Cuba, Venezuela, like goddamn. He frantic because he trying to pull this shit, and then he's still trying to project power that he ain't got. You see, Esau like that old boxer that ain't got it like he think he do. Now he still got the knockout power, so you can't be reckless with the nigga.
Yeah.
But he ain't got it like he think he do.
Hubris.
Yeah.
Esau has to be called hubris. If you look at the word hubris, it goes back to unjustifiable, unreasonable pride.
Right.
But Esau has that hubris, man. The way he sees himself is not the reality of who he really is. What he projects himself to the world is not who he really is. You know?
I got something real quick in chat, because that's my brother speaking, man. Spirit got me put in behaviors of someone with nothing to lose, because that's kind of how this devil's move. And it says reduce fear and inhibits and habits. It's how you got that. Habitation.
Inhibitory.
Right there.
Inhibition.
Inhibition.
Yeah. Inhibition.
All right. Reduce fear and inhibition. It says less concerned about consequences, social, legal, or personal. Willingness to take risks others avoid, more blunt, confrontational, or brutally honest communication. Increase risk taking. Engaging in dangerous, legal, or extreme behaviors. Gambling big, reckless decisions.
You don't give a fuck. That's what that means. And then it goes into, I just looked it up for you, bro, to hold in check, to restrain. So that's why people say when you lose it, you fucking lose it.
Yeah.
You don't care. You don't care about the consequences no more. You trying to go for the big shot. This is now fucking up. Look what this man's looking at state. Like the elite know, like, yo, if we go down this time, we ain't coming back up.
Oh.
It's over with.
It's like uprooting a big ass tree. You always going to the tree to get uprooted.
Yeah.
When's the last time you see a tree get resurrected back to its place? Once that big motherfucker fall, it's over with. That's why people are gonna say it's just the man that made the earth to tremble. Yeah, because once that giant falls, there ain't no get back up.
It's like that scary nigga when he ain't got his gun. Catch that nigga without that gun, like he a whole new person.
Yeah, brand new.
Quiet as motherfucker. Like, I ain't know you was in the room, man.
Oh, you're an introvert.
I seen they killed a nigga like that in Chicago. They called it, he was a killer out there, but they called that nigga McDonald's without that scrap. That nigga was quiet, slapping that nigga around. Yeah.
Of course, you're an introvert.
Yeah. They called that nigga without that scrap. That nigga was quiet.
Yeah.
You could tell he like, fuck.
Well, when you're in the elevator with an Edomite, it ain't the Edomite that be on the comment boards on
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you walking and passing with an Edomite, man, it ain't the same Edomite that be make America great again.
Calling you nigga on Call of Duty.
Well, throw him guys.
You catch one out of his blessing, I mean,
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Oh shit.
I got a
one
question.
last part.
Where's the eyes? Like, you always bring up.
Yeah. Well, Esau is that the wizard. Well, Jacob is the
Take
lion.
the line, though.
Yeah, Jacob has been broken in America. You know, the lion without carriage, but Esau is, I forget the wizard's name. He just that little wrinkled man hiding behind a big projection.
But look at the elite. They all in the crap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Jacob Rothschild, and they like he's on death's door and shit.
But you have to understand, hey, the media was sorcery. Because Esau projected himself as the Egyptians, the Babylonians, the Messiah, the Most High, the conquerors. So it's been in everybody's subconscious, like, this man is a fucking god.
Yeah, he was never not on top.
Yeah, he was never not on top. People really believe that. You know?
I got that quick one since you said about that tree. This is Psalms 37 and 35. It says, I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yeah, I sought him, but he could not be found.
And I believe through the spirit, this is the beginning. Jacob rising.
That's it.
This is the beginning, because even like brothers feel this spirit, like it's dry, it's something weird in the atmosphere. It's dismal. Because like it's something that's pending. But I have reason to believe it's up from here. Even in our harsh temptations, it's still a King David had to go through the woods.
Yeah.
When he got the kingdom. So even in our up and coming fucked up temptations, man, it's still a win. We're about to reach our inheritance, man. All the years brothers put in, whether we put in 2 years or 10 years, man. If we still here and Most High still got his name in us, hey, we're up from here, man.
That penny.
It's penny, man. That penny. We about to get that penny, man. Hey, cause like it's a reason why everything is speeding up.
Yeah.
It's a reason why they to my digital ID, this. Cause they looking at the chariots coming towards here. And what we're talking about on the highways and the byways is an alignment of what they're looking at out of space. It's an alignment with what their warlocks are consulting them with. So they're watching us, man.
They should too. Bro.
They should.
They should.
It's showing. Well, if you see your opponent, if you're a fighter, and you see your opponent handshaking, that might give you a little more confidence.
Hey, Tyson, what did Tyson say?
If they lose eye contact, it's over with.
Oh,
Tyson said before he get to a fight, he'll like eye contact with his opponent. If they shift their eye, I already won the fight. If my opponent look over, I already won the fight.
You had one Jake that took his eyes off Tyson, man. Tyson knew he had conquered him. He beat the brakes on him.
And Jacob be trying to act hard,
Yeah.
but he shift them eyes,
He
man.
shift them eyes.
So Esau's shifting right now. He's getting slick. You know?
You had this so-called Jewish woman too. She said like last quarter of last year that she's more concerned with these black guys out here in these streets.
oh yeah,
Talking about
yeah,
the
yeah.
prophets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they shook.
Yeah, this their biggest fear.
Mm-hmm.
Cause see, like you say, when Darrow, he just said a little something about we thoroughly expressing this every day, man.
Hey, you ever see your favorite actor from a movie say he played it 20 years ago? And 20 years ago, you didn't know he was a big young person? For example, you might have seen Idris Elba in a movie from like 20 years ago, right?
Yeah.
But at the time, you didn't know that would be Idris Elba.
Yeah.
So the role we're playing in Esau's stage, we're like insignificant actors. But in the kingdom, it was like, whoa, those were the Israelites the whole time. Those were the prophets. Like I saw American Gangster, I was like, I didn't know that was Idris Elba in American Gangster.
Right.
But at that time, he wasn't significant to me.
Yeah.
So like the role that we're playing as the prophets, it's like these are so-called black and Hispanic men talking about they're the chosen. They look insignificant. But in the times to come, it's like, wait a minute, those are the prophets the whole time. Those are Israelites the whole time.
We counted the lies madness.
And we counted the lies madness.
Hey, back you up. This First John 3:1. NLT says, "See how very much our Father Yahweh loves us, for He calls us His children, and that is what we are. But the people who belong to this world don't recognize that we are the Most High's children because they don't know Him."
About to add, and that's the spirit really to be in, man. Like, nah, we the sons of God, man.
That's right, bro.
You know,
That's right.
fuck that nigga Esau, man. I ain't impressed by nothing that nigga doing. Man. It was a time you looked at this nigga, and now you look, man, this nigga ain't got it. And then even going back to these pseudo miracles that he do with the Neuralink and all this shit. Yahweh Shai didn't have to do that. Yahweh Shai spoke healing into existence.
Right.
He didn't have to go inside your brain, your skull, and put some goddamn wires. You know, then you got hook some shit up to your hand, then that shit gotta go to the TV.
But you know,
Yeah.
the right is stronger than the left.
Yeah. Just so you can play Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Some
You
shit,
still
man.
sitting in the wheel.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You ain't whole.
You still a vegetable.
Yahweh Shai, they said Yahweh Shai healed as many as came.
That's right.
So he was just speaking healing, man. So these devils can't even imitate what Yahweh Shai was doing over 2,000 years ago.
That's a
Man.
godlike quality.
Yeah.
Being able to speak things into existence.
You hold.
Raise the
The,
dead.
the
Right.
people that was paralyzed said they were leaping.
Right.
Ain't this so?
Esau, you know, he served them.
limping.
You gotta go through physical therapy.
Yeah.
You know, and you still
Walk with a limp.
But even with that though, he suppressed the knowledge of nature. I'm careful with my wording, but a lot of miracles come from nature. So the things that he's going to promote through his Neuralink, bruh, the healing,
a raw diet to fix it.
the raw diet of fixing. You go raw vegan for a couple of months, man. You know, take that sea moss. A lot of roots. The scripture says it goes into the virtues of roots, man. But Esau suppressed that, knock off a physician for that, and turn around and act like this Neuralink is a miracle. The devil,
You know, you still gonna die.
Yeah.
You still gonna die. So I mean, it's still like a lost cause.
Oh, that's another thing. Elder Quam making a point. If this nigga is so superior, why do you gotta sabotage everybody else?
Right.
Think about it. If this brother is faster than all us, he ain't gotta sabotage the race. He just faster.
Yeah.
He ain't gotta sabotage us.
Right.
Right.
So if Esau so superior, why he had to kill off Dr. Sebi?
Yeah. Yeah.
If his medicine is so superior,
Yeah.
you know, his industry, his so-called, you know, industry is so superior, why does he have to demonize the holistic way and kill off the holistic doctors if he's superior?
People who make gasoline out of peanuts.
Yeah.
You know, all type of stuff. You know, they have these different combustions that they're able to have transmissions and machinery and equipment run without those so-called oils.
And that's the difference between a superior person and a narcissist. A narcissist will try to suppress his competition. Superiority don't have to suppress the competition because you're more superior than the competition. So that he's a psychopath, he's a narcissist, and he has to suppress his competition, man.
Hey, they say when Deion Sanders went to the combine, they said he pulled up in the limousine, hopped out, ran the 4.2, got back in the limousine and left, man. And that's the, you know, like everybody else was stretching. You know what I'm saying? They was out there warming up, high kneeing, you know what I mean? Boy, hop out the limousine, get gold herringbone, run a 4.2, you know. Bo Jackson, they said when Bo Jackson went to the combine, they said he ran it. It was still like a 4.3. And they were like, Bo, but they could tell he ain't opened up. So he said he went back. And then he told them to open up them double doors at the back. So he ran that motherfucker 4 flat. But he ran out the double doors and left. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you say, if you superior, you ain't gotta sabotage.
Yeah. You got to suppress somebody,
You just superior.
Right.
You know?
Said back in 1 John 3:1, NLT, said, but the people who belong to this world don't recognize and regard the Most High's children because they don't know him. Dear friends, we are already the Most High's children, but he has not yet shown us what we will be like when Yahushua appears. But we do know that we will be like him, or we will see him as he really is.
You're going to new bodies. In order to see him as he is, you're going to have to have new bodies. They got the times when you said you had something?
Yeah, this is Zephaniah 3:19. I'm reading NLT. And I will deal severely with all who oppress you. I will save the weak and helpless ones. I will bring together those who chase away. I will give you glory and fame to the former exile, wherever they have been mocked and shamed.
Bro, we're at the end of our captivity, and not only are we at the end of our captivity, we're at the end of all the curses that come along with it. So even that nigga stigma is leaving us. So like Jacob go to another country, realize I'm not perceived as a nigga. Like I'm more desired out here. In America, Esau headed to where you're despised just because you pulled up to the scene. But when Jake still have left the country, they realize, man, I'm desired. Like, you know what I mean? It's like even the curses is leaving Jake. You know, Jake knowing how to make money now, Jake knowing how to get that passive income, just on a physical level. Jake, what else? Jake is more, like, I don't know, purpose-minded. You know, Jake get along. You know, got the curses still, but Jake is more on point in the spirit, man.
Jake, he's like the most degraded person here.
Yeah.
We the most sought out men amongst these other women, other nations. So
And that's why
that's
Esau.
the average Jake.
That's why Esau puts that on the television shows. Like Africa look like this and that, but when you really see it, it's beautiful because he doesn't want you to leave this place.
And meanwhile, when he show Hollywood, it makes it seem like it's beautified.
Right.
When you actually go downtown,
That shit like furnace,
you know.
And Bourbon Street sucks, man.
It stank.
Hey, that's why I believe they make the show Pop the Balloon. Because going back, if you're superior, why do you have to suppress somebody else?
Yeah.
So Esau, if you're really superior, why you got all these psychological warfare tactics against Israel? Jacob to make him think he's not desirable. So you got all these platforms to make you think that who you are is not desirable, man.
Willie Lynch.
Yeah, I watched some lady. She talking about how Jay, everywhere they go, she said the Chinese men might have billions of dollars. Everywhere might have billions of dollars, but guess what? So-called black men in the United States, wherever they go, it don't matter how much money they got, they all desire in every nation. They all desire.
Oh, we the freshest, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, when you think about this, think about that video we saw at El Cazal's crib last Wednesday with Dave and Kano. It was in that restaurant. Like you had Jake, you had Esau with them suits on and things of that nature.
Oh, yeah.
But Jake just had on a button-up shirt, a chain. But Jake had so much salt up in there and flavor, man. Like it was like they was the life of the entire revenue up in there.
But Esau has to attack Jake's subconscious to where Esau didn't want you to have confidence. So Esau attacked Jake's confidence. That's why I believe that Lion Without Courage was talking about Jake, man. Because he's wounded from slavery. All right, his morale and his self-esteem has been attacked in Babylon. But you're the king of the jungle.
And your courage goes back into your belief system.
Yeah.
You know, and how you view yourself and things of that nature. So when you get into the Holy Spirit, and once it makes you born again, you get a whole different look of yourself, your self concept.
You know. Yep. Hold on, you just
No.
Hey, were you on something?
I had some for you and then some for it was quiet too.
I got two over
which
two.
one first. You was saying how we're going through this process that we gotta go through. You mentioned King David, right?
Yes.
I just want to did a quick Google search going through kings who went through hard trials before receiving the throne. You know, Razazan, we're going to be those kings alongside Yahushua. It says yes, several prominent biblical figures designated for kingship, most notably King David, went through a series of difficult trials and long proving season before they actually gained the throne. This period of hardship is often seen as a necessary time of preparation and character development orchestrated by the Most High.
So when you go into King David, you know, he was probably anointed by Samuel when he was 12, 13. You know, and he was a servant of Saul for a couple of years, but he didn't sit the throne until he was 30. He went on the run from Saul for 2 weeks. That was a long time. You know, he had became, you know, a full grown man on the run. You know, he pretty much homeless. You know, that's why he had to ask Nabal for some victuals. You know, because he was just out there in the trenches, man. But he kept a good reputation the whole time. You know, he was known for his upstanding, you know, conduct. You know, that's why the whole nation rallied around King David. You know, even Abigail, King David, you know, Nabal's wife told King David, look, don't mess up your reputation with this nigga. Like everybody know you next. You know. So but he had to go through that whole process. You know, he had to learn the temperance of a king before he became the king, man. Yeah.
This is the one for Shaquat. It said back in the 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8, it says, and then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua shall consume with the spirit of their mouth.
Hey, that's his projection being exposed. Hey, you know how fucking bro, this is the most paramount time in fucking history, man. The Most High has pulled a veil behind a great demon, a great wizard, a great, really in real life, a very feeble but very cunning man. And the Most High has pulled that veil back through the spirit of his mouth. So now everybody is exposing the Wizard of Oz. It started with the Apostles, 1969, Elder Abba Bivens. Now every TikTok video is about them.
You got 3 witnesses.
3 witnesses, man. All right, so we're in a very pivotal point in history, man. This is a very shifting time in history. This is a split. It's bigger than what we think it is. Because Esau was suppressing our words on purpose. If what we say is not important, why does he suppress us?
Shadow ban.
Shadow ban. You can do a whole drill rap video of somebody's graveyard, but we say one word, and we get our video taken down.
Man, for centuries, this nigga has never been questioned.
Come on, man.
Centuries.
Centuries.
Now it's an inquisition being made by
Come
them
on,
niggas.
man.
And then the spirit, like El Zahab getting into, the spirit on us, like you say, this nigga exposed. You really look at Esau, it's like, man, we got this nigga, man.
Yeah.
We got this nigga, man. Look at how this nigga moving. We got this nigga, man. He don't got it. You know, for the longest, we thought this nigga was just a goddamn god, man.
Yeah.
But now you look at this nigga, he do not got it, man. That nigga do not got it on any level, man.
On any level. Cause come on, you got average Jakes, man. They're better at everything that Esau does. Jake does it, and he's better. Esau engineer, well, Jake is an engineer. He's more competent. Esau has his laboratories. Well, Jacob get into the nature. Jake is just spitting that knowledge, man. Everything that Jacob does, he excels. That's the nature of an Israelite. And you gotta know that about yourself. Everything you do, you're gonna excel in it, man. It ain't this fucking basketball, man, and rapping. Everything you put your energy behind, your life force, your focus, you're gonna excel. You're gonna surpass everybody, man. That's why Esau has put all these different traps out to trap you. Street culture was to set you back 100 years. You know, feminism was a strength. The family structure back 100 years,
Make
man.
you primitive.
Make you primitive.
Made Jake primitive.
He rewarded you for being lower nature. And if you're a higher nature, if you're going after the mind and the spirit, you're a nerd, you're a square, you're weird. But who set up that structure? Esau. Because he don't want you to compete with him. Esau don't care that you're stronger than him. Esau don't care that you can run faster. Esau don't want you to think that you're more intelligent than him. Esau don't want you to compete with him on a national world domination level, man. So he's gonna reward you for being LeBron James, but he ain't gonna reward you for wanting to dominate the world. That's why he don't want you to connect yourself with King David, King Solomon, Yahweh Shai, because they were all conquerors or sons of conquerors, man. And he don't want you to see that in you, you know. So a lot of you Israelite but a lot of you Israelite niggas, man, y'all put on fringes and then go back to being American Negroes.
If I can add, bro, that's one of the main reasons that they went and hit Venezuela, because they was surviving through American sanctions. They were still surviving. See, them sanctions, because you remember about 7 years ago, Venezuela was eating out of garbage cans, and they bounced back. Jake made a way out of no way. They still had a thriving. They wasn't thriving, they were surviving. And that hurt, because I watched one analyst, he said that like one of the things that triggered America as well, because they seen Maduro dancing with his people recently. You know what I'm saying? Like he was enjoying himself amongst his people. Now, you know, you get into the thickest of it, but at the end of the day, there's still Jake. And Jake was operating outside his shit. Like how they do with what's your boy? Fred Hampton.
Yeah.
You know, Fred Hampton started trying to get in touch with Gaddafi, you know, and really trying to put some shit together. Because even then they shoot him like 70 sometimes, some crazy shit. That was like a statement, like, nigga, how dare you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Gaddafi sent some money over there, wasn't he?
yeah. Even how they did Gaddafi, you know, because, like I say, amongst all them other Arab leaders, it was Gaddafi. Because really, another thing, too, it was Jake that started figuring out how to get around Esau economic system. Russia and China is late.
Yeah.
Like Chavez put Saddam on getting around this shit. So it was Asher that really put these leaders on working around Esau shit. Cause you go back to Chavez. Russia and China, that brick shit, Chavez was the one who really was starting to set up a system outside of the American dollar. So just like always, Jake always supplant Esau. No matter what level Esau get on, it's always a Jake come out of nowhere and supplant this nigga, man.
Hey, because that's what Jake was doing Jim Crow.
Yeah.
Jake was supposed to be suppressed doing Jim Crow. Jake was supposed to have functioning economies doing Jim Crow. Black Wall Street was doing Jim Crow. That was 1922, 21. Mm-hmm. And you had a whole economy that was more thriving than Esau's economy. Just another example.
Just the Lord just wasn't with it.
Yeah.
The Lord with this.
Yeah.
But it's just going back into just nature for nature, just mano y mano.
Yeah.
Esau can't fuck with Jake, man.
Yeah. I'm saying too. That's
what the last round.
And I was
looked up the petrodollar. That's another thing. Like the sanctions, he would give him basically. They went around started using money.
Yeah.
He started dealing with Russia and China. That's another reason they pissed off because he wasn't using that dollar no more too.
Mm-hmm.
I did look it up too. They weren't using that dollar. They using them. But that money, whatever money they were using, what kind of money? They use some money instead of the U.S. money.
Yeah, they were using the yuan and the ruble.
Yeah.
The Chinese yuan and the Russian ruble, but then they was also bartering too. Like they was also Venezuela was also having them Eastern physicians come in, you know, to dealing with the healthcare of Venezuela. Like they was paying, like China come in and do infrastructure, and then they'll send them oil for coming and fix the infrastructure. Because the crude oil that Venezuela got, when they refined it in China, it made asphalt too. So China was able to get oil and make asphalt for their roads, because that's the only oil that do that. Like they get that much asphalt when they refine it. So they had a system that was operating outside the dollar. Like the BRICS was never meant to replace the dollar. It can't. It was just meant to operate around that motherfucker so America don't have that much leverage. Because if you just using dollar, America just crush your shit. You third world country in a week. You know, so they started just using the workarounds. But going back, it was Chavez who really put them on. Beginning with Saddam, because Saddam was gonna put his oil on the gold standard, what's called gold dinar. Then Libya falls suit. But like I say with Jake, it really started working on barter systems around Esau shit.
When you think about that hammer, man, you gotta equate the petrodollar to it too.
Oh yeah,
You know
hell
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Because he become, you know, we always
Hell
talk
yeah.
about the military might.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when I was on a video a couple of days ago, Spirit hopped on me to say that too about the petrodollar.
Hell
That's how
yeah.
you hammer your fucking society.
It shows economic hit then.
Yeah, man.
Because the dollar is all in this system, the dollar always gonna be the easiest way for you to acquire resources. It's gonna always be the most liquid currency because it's accepted everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always gonna be the most liquid. So China and Russia, those currencies can never replace the dollar because they can never be that liquid. So what China and Russia were doing, they were just getting workarounds and barter systems. And then also is what you call a wartime economy. Because when war happened, you can't do no deals in dollars no more. You're gonna have to have trade and barter systems set up for you to still function while you're at war. You know, so now everything's being set. The Most High setting the stage for this nigga to for these nations to go to war with each other. And I was trying to come back and conquer all their ass and set his brethren up in rulership, man. Just to sum it up.
Yeah. Because that's the only person who can tell you how, Esau down.
Yeah.
So we talk about America falling and shit like that, but America's still powerful as well. So it's gonna take your Howard shot to come back because ultimately these other countries can't fuck with these niggas. Like we see things what they got, but according to the scriptures, when you think about it, has to be your Howard shot.
America's biggest weakness is information against him.
Shit.
Like the best way to attack Esau is just through information, because he still got that sword. So I mean, we're going into like the logistics of how the other nations are moving against him, and that's a process. But Esau's weakness was the internet, and horn, that exposure,
Word coming out.
that word.
That's
I will destroy him with the spirit of my mouth. That's the word.
secrets.
I have set up men as caterpillars. If you go into the word caterpillars, it basically goes into a type of worm that devours leaves off a tree. It consumes a tree. So this word is consuming his morale, his projection, his stronghold, man.
What worms do, it starts eating you from the inside out.
That's right.
That's what the prophets do, little by little. That's what the prophets are doing to Esau. Chipping away at his ass, bro.
I mean, if it started in 1965, even going back to the YouTube era, we've been on like a 19-year spiritual crusade, started with the apostles.
I'm gonna say this point. I really seen things when the Spirit hopped on Apostle Tahar to do those 3 videos. That's where shit really started moving.
Yeah.
There's just so much information just coming in on his ass, bro.
And it was around 2020 when we had to do one video a day.
Yeah.
When it came out, we should do one video. I think it was 2020.
I think so.
Only
It started
be
with 2016. I know the 3 video mandate started with, we went to DR. The first time we went to the DR,
Yeah.
that was around 2016. and then it upgraded a little bit.
Yeah, so look, man, hey, we can feel it now, man.
Came in 17.
17, okay.
So it was already in motion then. Remember, you used to come to
Yeah.
the shop and we were going.
Anybody else got it? Let's finish it off.
It says, it shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So I can back in Second Thessalonians 2:8. It says, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Verse 9.
What's that? That's Yahweh Shah coming back on that father ship, being accommodated with Mike. Mike ready to get down, boy.
Verse 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs of lying wonders.
Yep. Yeah, the word working in the Greek goes into the energia.
Energy,
Yeah, don't you get like visual working,
yeah.
energy or
Energy.
operation. So who
Cool.
operates as Esau? Who operates as a spiritual demon Satan? You know, in this earthly realm. Esau. Process of elimination. Esau, he fits this right here.
Like you always say, bro, Isaac gave him the sword, and that's who gonna take it from.
Yeah.
You know? Because Yahweh Shah really, and Yahweh Shah want that nigga to be reserved for him.
Right, bro.
You know? That's why he got that sword to preserve himself for Yahweh Shah, man.
And then line 1, it goes into Revelation 13 and 16
Mm-hmm.
and his media outlets.
Is it more to the book?
Oh, come on. 10.
Hey, well, look, we gonna drive this to a close.
Yeah, something over there.
Yeah, so.
Alright.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Job chapter 14, verse 5. Seeing that his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Yeah. So, hey, this man, his weakness is boundaries. His weakness is his expiration date for his kingdom. Time. Because this human can't control time. You know, his weakness is time. So, hey, that's pretty much the point, man. Lamentations 4:22. You know, the accomplishment of our iniquity is accomplished. Talking about the Israelites, and now it's time for you to drink that cup, man. So your 700-year period of rulership, 700-year rulership, is come to an end. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning, man. All right, we got fucking next, man. We up, man. Hey, but with that, we're gonna draw this to a closing. I hope this was an edification. Once again, we want to give our honor and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Shai, Hashem, Kamdash. We want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops, great millstone well. Peace and blessings, health and wellness, and I say with the elect. Baba Ba, Yashao, Shalom, Shalom.
Coffee, insulation, and killing.
Nah, man, we all, I think something in there, bro.
Tuberculosis.
We got that TB.
Damn, that's what I'm thinking. Or Doc Holiday.